I am reading from the text of the Greek text in Matthew chapter 6, and I'm reading beginning at verse 19, reading it in Greek, and then later doing a translation with a brief commentary. Jesus, in the Sermon on the Mount, touches on just a lot of areas. So reading verse 19 and 20 has to do with treasuring up for yourselves treasures in heaven. Me thesauritsetai ritsetehumen thesaurus epi tes. Do not treasure up for yourselves treasures upon earth. Hapu seis kaibrosis aphanitse kai hapu kleptai diarususin kai kleptusin. That is where moth and rust consume, and where thieves are digging through or dig through and steal. Don't lay up treasures upon earth, because it'll soon go away. Thieves can take it away, and you can also have moth and rust, Jesus says, corrupting and destroying it, which mainly, or consuming it, which mainly is saying, treasuring up for yourselves things on this earth, it won't last. But to the contrary, thesa ritsete dehumen, thesaurus in urano. But to the contrary, treasure up for yourselves treasures in heaven. In other words, make your heavenly treasure where you put your emphasis. Hapu ute seis ute brosis aphanitse, that is where neither moth nor rust consumes, kai hapu kleptai u diarususin, nor where thieves do not break in and steal. In other words, treasure your treasures in heaven, where they're permanent and cannot be destroyed, by treasuring it up here, where moth and rust consumes, or thieves break through and steal. For where your treasure is, hapugar estin he thesaurasu, where your treasure is, Matthew says, ake estai kai he cardia su. There shall also your heart be. Where your treasure is, that's where your heart is. And if your treasure is here, it's not going to be treasuring up for heaven. And it's a wonderful encouragement to do that which is lasting, that which is eternal. Now, just a little bit about the grammar. Thesaurizete is your imperative second person plural from thesaurizo, that is to treasure up. So do not treasure up treasures upon earth where moth and rust aphanidze, consume, from aphanidzo, present indicative active third person singular, and where hapu kleptai diarususin, where thieves are breaking in, a present indicative active third person plural, and kleptusin, and are stealing, from klepto, another present indicative active third person plural. Thesaurizete dehumen thesaurus in urano. But treasure for yourselves treasures in heaven. Again, thesaurizete is your imperative second person masculine plural from thesaurizo. So treasure up for yourselves treasures in heaven, hapu, where neither moth nor rust consumes, and where thieves are not digging through nor stealing. At that time, houses were mud brick and they could be dug into. And this could be applied to anything today that makes whatever you're treasuring up here not very permanent, whether you're talking about the stock market or whatever one may speak of. For where your treasure is, ha pugar estin ha thesaurasu, for where your treasure is, ke estai kai he cardiasu, there shall be your heart. Estai is from a me, your future indicative active, third person singular. And then he goes on to talk about the light of the body being the eye. But let me just stop there. I'm trying to keep these short and mainly doing a brief survey of the text by reading the Greek and then doing an English translation and then a brief grammatical analysis. But holding it where it's not over 10 minutes is really what I'm trying to do. Hopefully, if someone is following along, I would encourage you to follow along in your Greek New Testament and see the grammar as we go through it.